Welcome, my dear friends. This is Pastor Edward here at Messiah Pentecostal Ministry in Anaheim. This is Messiah Time, where I bring to you topics on various topics that relate to our lives as believers and even as unbelievers. I'll be presenting a series of segments on different topics. Today's topic is on the subject of worry. Have you ever worried, my friend? Many people worry. We all do. Children, adults alike worry about different things. But what exactly is worry? Worry is when we plunge ourselves into deep thoughts of troubles, difficulties, challenges, most of which may not even be present at the time that we are worrying. We ask questions. How is this going to happen? What am I going to do? What if? How? This and that. And many people have worried themselves to death without achieving what they worried for or what they worried about. Worry is a killer. We all have relatives, brothers, sisters, cousins, fathers, mothers. So does worry. Worry comes with its own relatives. Fear, doubt, tension, nervousness, stiffness, and sometimes desperation. I encourage you, dear friend, instead of worrying, to depend on Christ. What did the Lord Jesus Christ say about worry? Now, before we go to that, let me just share something that happened right here in Anaheim with you. A young woman came home and told her mom, "Mom, I met a young man. He's very handsome, very, very reliable. He's a cool young man and rich. So I think that I'll go out with him." The young lady began to go out with this young man, brought him home. Mom saw the young man. Let's call the young man Anthony. Mom just loved Anthony. And then mom began worrying about Anthony and her own daughter. Have you told her this? Have you told him this? Oh, you know what? Why don't you bring him to church so the priest can pray for him so that he can become a Catholic, just like us? Have you shared our religion with him? The young lady told the mom, "Mom, relax, take your time." But mom was having sleepless nights. What if the man leaves her daughter? What if Anthony decides, or Anthony finds another girl and leaves, her own daughter? Mom was very worried. So mom jumped in. Instead of taking her time, mom jumped in, and mom began talking to Anthony about the Catholic religion. We have to do this. This is our faith. This is our belief. Every day, mom would talk to Anthony. You know what? Mom succeeded in converting Anthony to become a Catholic. But you know what? Anthony decided to become a priest. And you know what priests do? No marriage. Mom worried to the point that, she lost what her own daughter found. Now let's see what the Lord Jesus Christ said about the subject, the ill or the disease of worry. Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 12, reading from verse 25. I read verse 22, And he said to his disciples, "For this reason I say to you, do not worry about your life, as to what you will eat, nor for your body, as to what you will put on. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap. They have no storeroom nor barn, and yet God feeds them. Much more valuable are you than the birds. And which of you by worrying can add a single hour to his lifespan? If you cannot do even a very little thing, why do you worry about other matters?" My dear friend, the Lord Jesus Christ says we should not worry. And I hope that and pray that you will hear this message and relate to it because the Lord, the Creator, has said these things. If we worry, we cannot even add 1 hour, 1 cubit, or 1 foot, 1 inch into our heights. We cannot worry night into day. Neither can we worry day into night. You see, when we accept what the Lord Jesus Christ has said, that is how we express our faith. But if we don't, we become spiritual warriors. Oh yes, there's a difference between a warrior who is a fighter and someone who just worries. I encourage you to be a warrior. Convert your worrying into spiritual warrior and fight and pray for the Lord to answer and to provide, to lead and to guide you in all your ways. You see, when we worry, we engage in a punctuation exercise. When we worry, we put question marks where the Lord Jesus Christ has put or placed periods. Period means it is the end. A question mark means what if? What's next? How? What? Dear friends, none of these question marks that we place on our conscience, our minds, can do anything. Rather, depend on the periods of the Lord Jesus Christ. His word is a period. Whatever He has said concerning your life, that is what I encourage you to depend on and not to worry. The Lord bless you. This is Pastor Edward here at Messiah Pentecostal Ministry. Thank you for listening.